Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Juliet Jones, and you're watching the AIDS Call-In Live Show. And I'm with Universal Family Connection. I am a health educator. So tonight we're going to be talking about HIV and AIDS, and we're going to have a topic of healthy living with HIV. So I need you to please call in with your success and thriving stories of how you're living healthy with HIV, or you know someone, a family, a friend, a loved one, or a partner with HIV. Please call in at 312-738-1060. So please call in with your questions. And I'm going to just take you briefly to our website to let you know what we're all about. Universal Family Connection. Universal Family Connection has been on the south side of Chicago for 40 years, providing social services to family, friends, and loved ones. And the department that I work in is the risk reduction department. I do HIV testing, which is free. And also, I do risk reduction education. And I host a support group, a weekly support group on Thursdays and Fridays at Universal Family Connection. Our Friday groups are from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., so we're not trying to rush you in. We're not trying to rush you out. We are trying to rush you in to please come in. That's a way to thrive and live with HIV, is going to a support group. But we're not trying to rush you out. So we're there for 4 hours. And we have a nice refreshments, or we consider it a meal, for that lunchtime hour. And that's every Friday at 1350 West 103rd Street in Chicago, Illinois. We're centered in the Beverly area. And I'm a health educator there. We also have a licensed counselor on hand for individual counseling. Then on Thursdays, we have a support group from 2:30 to 4 o'clock. And that's on Thursdays, same location, 1350 West 103rd Street. And we're with Universal Family Connection. So tonight's topic is thriving, healthy living with HIV. And some people have an AIDS diagnosis. And let me just explain how that happened. It's always good to give a refresher on what is HIV and what is AIDS. HI and the V is human immunodeficiency virus. And a person tests positive for HIV, and as they're living and the immune system becomes weak with the white cells depleting or the increased viral load from the actual infection, it develops into AIDS. AIDS, which is acquired immune deficiency syndrome. And the way a person can get infected with HIV is having unprotected sex, whether it's anal, vaginal, or oral sex. And HIV is found in body fluids of blood, semen, and vaginal fluid in the breast milk of a positive person. So a person has to be positive to transmit HIV infection. And as I said, it comes from having unprotected sex, also from intravenous drug use. And some have reported the risk factor of getting a tattoo. And you say, how is that? Well, it's when the infected blood is left in that reservoir when you're getting a tattoo, and if they're not cleaning that needle as well as replacing that ink each time a customer sits down. That's the way to prevent HIV through those tattoos. And also hepatitis can be developed in that manner as well, through the tattooing, as well as other ways for hepatitis. So I just wanted to give a briefer, and only a doctor can diagnose someone with AIDS. You can't look and say, oh, that person has AIDS. Oh, no, a doctor will have to do that. And as I said, it's a series of blood tests. So the topic is healthy, thriving, and living with HIV, surviving with HIV. And a person do have to get tested, know their status if they're positive, get followed by a doctor every 3 to 4 months, seeing a doctor and getting their blood drawn, and the doctor focus on the CD4 counts, the CD8 counts, which are, the CD4 are your white cells, your helper cells, and the doctor focus on the immune system, the viral load of a person that is already tested positive. So that's one way to ensure that you're going to have a healthy living with HIV is being in care, followed by a doctor. And also, it's not just the doctor, it's called patient responsibility. So you as a patient have to be on the best nutritional regimen as possible. You know, we may have to do away with some carbs because some of the medicine may have side effects, you know, with carbs, with cheese, dairy products, things like that. And so if always they say to eat the green leafy vegetables, right? So that's always a good sign of a good healthy living if you have a great diet in place. And you can always work with nutritionists to make sure you have everything right. And nowadays, it's just the digital age now. You can always go online. You can get an app on your phone that helps you watch the calories that you're eating because of that visceral adipose tissue, that fat that develops from a person either being HIV positive or a person being on the HIV medicine. They can develop that vat. And I learned that recently. And see, all this time, you know, so that's why there are always advances in HIV. And so another risk reduction way is, did you know there's PrEP out there? There's PrEP for your partner. So you can tell your sexual partner about PrEP. PrEP is pre-exposure prophylactic, PrEP. Capital P, small r, capital E, and a capital P. And it's a pill for HIV negative individuals. So what that means? It means your partner would have to come in and get tested. And once the test comes back negative, and then they will be followed by a doctor, you know, and make sure that they're taking that regimen every day. They have to adhere to that PrEP pill. It has to build up into their system, into their immune system, at least for 21 days before they decided that they weren't going to wear a condom. So during that time, when you first start taking the PrEP pill, the little blue pill, use a condom or use other barriers, preventive barriers. But the best way would be the condom or to abstain for those 21 days while the medicine builds up into your immune system to ensure that you remain negative. And then once you're taking the regimen, you're having a healthy lifestyle, and you're still going to be followed by good nutrition. Nutrition is always a good thing. You can never go wrong with good nutrition, no matter if you had a known illness or an unknown illness. It doesn't matter. So the good nutrition is good for everyone. And so when a person is on the PrEP, then for the amount of time, then they can have the unprotected sex. But guess what? It's always a worry. That's why it's called healthy living. Now you have to also worry about whether you're going to get another sexually transmitted disease. So you still have to worry about gonorrhea, syphilis, and herpes, and other sexually transmitted diseases. So one way two is to be abstinence. Abstinence is that way, or monogamous if you're in a relationship when everyone's tested in that relationship, both partners is tested, and now you know each other's status, and so now you're going to be monogamous. That is one way of also having that healthy living. You know, while your partner is positive, it is important for that person to abstain and not have a sexually transmitted disease from an outside sexual encounter or from intravenous drug use. You know, let's not forget that population. The intravenous drug use, actually their numbers have gone down, and that's due to clean needles and syringes. They got programs out there now when a person can go and get clean needles and syringes. So it's not just about the needles, it's about the syringes, it's about the works, it's about the whole works. And so that's a healthy living. We don't want to look at it like that. But even intravenous drug users, they can have a healthy living whether they were positive or negative. So lots of ways we can have that healthy living. You know, we all should thrive, right? To have healthy living, whether we're HIV positive or not, whether we have a heart disease or cancer, we all can still thrive to have healthy living, you know. So that's why it's important to know ways to achieve that. And of course, prevention. Prevention is everything. Prevention is everything. So, once again, let me just take a breather. I am Juliet Jones from Universal Family Connection. We're a social service agency at 1350 West 103rd Street. And you're watching the AIDS Call-In Live Show. So please call in with your questions or comments. If you're HIV positive, please call in and share how you are thriving, how you are surviving, living with. So please call in 312-738-1060. I would like to hear what you have to say. Give me your testimony, as they say, or if it's a hardship that you're going through, well, a support group. A support group, whether it's in a group session or individual counseling, that's important. That's a way for a healthy living as well. In Universal Family Connection, we do have support groups. We have support groups on Fridays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can be followed by an individual counseling session as well. So you don't have to be in that group setting on Thursdays from 2:30 to 4. We also have a support group and individual counseling. And recently we've been doing art therapy. See, that's a way of releasing the stress, of saving, if you're positive, people know what I'm saying, saving your T cells from less stress of the day, or less stress of a relationship that you're in, or less stress of other diagnoses that you may have. Because it's not just about HIV, because as you're living longer, those other illnesses come into play, or those other aging illness may happen as you're living longer. And actually, I was reading an article, and they said it's going to be like people in their 70s still living with HIV. That's great. That's great. Because they are living longer by taking the medicines every day. They got one pill a day. That's another way of that healthy living. Now they're reducing the amount of pills that they would take for the HIV infection. And that's because as they're followed by their doctors every 3 to 4 months, the doctor can see that they are adherent to their medicine, and and that is working for them. And so why would they want to switch to once a day? Well, it's easier, and you still, and they don't require taking 3 and 4 and 20 pills anymore, because now the pills are in a combination form. So they're still getting their regimen in. And so that's why the ease of just taking 1 pill a day is less stress than 4 and 10 and 20 pills on anybody's immune system. So that's why it's important to talk to your doctor and go to your appointments. Okay, so would anyone like to call in? Any questions, any concerns? 312-738-1060. And the topic today is healthy living. And it's finding your way. What will it take to keep you in care with your doctor? And you have to be able to tell your doctor what's going on. If you have a once a day regimen, and you have to take it at 9 o'clock in the morning, well, you have to do that. You have to every day take it at that same time. See, that's what being adherent is all about. It's just not taking the medicine when you feel like it or you get ready to. So if you start at 9, then complete it for the next day and continue on for 9 a.m. in the morning. And I know as we're living, right, we're busy schedules, and we can't just take that pill at 9 every day. We'll try to take it as close to, but let your doctor know. Let your doctor know. Come up ways to make you remember, a diary or a timer to let you know to stop what you're doing and take your HIV meds. And so that's what's important, to take it on time as well. That's what adherence is all about. Because when you don't take it at 9 and you decided, well, I'm going to, yesterday, what today is Wednesday. Yesterday I took it at 9 on a Tuesday, right? You'll tell yourself, I took it at 9 a.m. in the morning. And Wednesday, well, I'm not going to take it. I'm going to take it around 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock or even 9 o'clock at night. right? It is great that you got the medicine in, but during that period, from that 9 a.m. to that 9 p.m., the medicine troughs off, meaning the medicine level drops. Because remember, as I said, with the prep, it has to build up in your immune system. Same way with this medicine. It builds up into your immune system, and it's protecting you, even while you're sleeping, even while you're going throughout your day. So at 9 a.m., in a sense, it's like your T cells are energized, right? And then here it is, 9 p.m. But if you took it on Tuesday at 9 a.m. and then now it's Wednesday at 9 a.m. and you didn't, it does go off. Your immune system trough off, and then that's a chance that you can not get the best out of your regimen, because the medicine needs to come right back to 9 a.m. each day from whatever, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It needs to be the same time. So that's what adherence is all about. So that's what it was all about, adherence. At the same time each time. And also being adherent to your doctor's appointment if it's every 3 to 4 months. So you really cannot risk coming and just say you went in January, now here it is March. You went January 15th, now it's March the 15th, or April the 15th. You owe yourself to get in to see your doctor between that March and that April, and not wait from January to July or August or September, because during that time, as I said, the doctor monitors the blood cells, the white blood cells, or just lab work in general. That's why it's important. So to have a healthy living, it's also important to have that family support. Not just the support of a support group, but a family support system needs to be in place. So you should, share some of the things that you're going through, or even some of the difficulties that you have as being HIV positive, with your loved ones, with your support system. Invite them to a doctor's visit with you. That's, for your discretion. And hopefully the person knows that you're positive. And even if the person doesn't, let's take the stress away from that person. Even if the person doesn't know that you're positive, feel at ease to invite them to your doctor's appointment. They don't have to be in the room. They can just be in the waiting room. And the clinic don't say HIV clinic. Gone are those days when you would get a clinic that said that. Thank God that stigma is gone away. So just think about it. That is a key to healthy living, is your family support or your friend support. Or your, it would say in the land of the Facebook, your best friend, your Facebook friend. That's a support system as well. That's a support system as well. And I would like to see more conversations around HIV and AIDS. That's a healthy living, healthy conversation. Is that not part of healthy living? What I'm doing now, this is a healthy conversation. And this is what we need. We need more ways to normalize a person living with HIV. Gone are the days and they get sores from head to toe, or you can think you can spot someone HIV positive. No, it's not about spotting. It's about talking. It's about asking a person about themselves. It's also about knowing yourself, knowing your status. Because I find a lot of people, when they talk about someone by HIV, they're downing them. And I'll say, excuse me, do you know your status? Yeah, do you know your HIV status? And now they're dumbfounded, And so I just enlighten them. I just inform them, having that conversation on how it's important to get tested for HIV. It's very important to get tested, to know your status. And HIV is a health illness, and that's a way of having that healthy living, is to know that HIV is a health condition. Okay, just like heart disease, diabetes. Okay, we have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Yes,
How you doing,
yes,
caller?
yes. Good evening. You
Good evening.
know, you're on the show here, and they have all kind of signs around about HIV and AIDS. and still it gets worse and worse. Excuse me. Why? Because they don't want to listen to you. They don't want to read the sides, and they don't want to wear protection. Whatever kind of pill you got, whatever, wear protection also, and then you won't have to worry so much about it. But nope, they're back right away, without the pills, and guess what? Boom. Oh, I got AIDS. Yeah, but don't you understand? Listen to the young lady. She's not even telling you how to protect yourself, and yet you still don't care about anything except how you feel. Well, how you feeling now? Hey, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, caller. You know, that is true. No matter where the information is, no matter who's saying it, no matter if it's an app, no matter if it's on your radio or it's on your television, it won't reach the 100% of the world, right? But as long as it's reached someone, and thank you, caller. I see that it has reached you. So thank you for that. Thank you for also informing others. And so that's what it takes. It takes still working with someone. Don't throw no one away. Everyone has that teachable moment when you can always reinforce why you should protect yourself against HIV. Why you should wear a condom, or why you should abstain. And for some people, we think abstaining is, oh, we ain't gonna forever have sex. Oh, I gotta wait till I get married. What if I don't want to get married? So all that is pressure. If you abstain for 5 minutes at a party, an hour, or the next day, that's abstaining. That giving you time to learn what you need to know to protect yourself. So once again, my name is Juliet Jones, and I thank you, caller. I'm with Universal Family Connection, and we have a support group every Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 1350 West 103rd Street. And we also have a support group on Thursdays from 2:30 to 4 p.m. And it's an art therapy group. So I will thank you, and as a caller said, just keep reinforcing to protect yourself from HIV and AIDS. It is important. So I'd like to thank our founder, Dr. Lorraine Burroughs, and they're naming a street after her. Isn't that wonderful? She's been in the social service arena for 40 years. So I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank Ken TV as well. So thank you, everyone. Please come to visit me at Universal Family Connection.